One of the other cool features with this tripod is that you can actually take any of the legs off to use as a trekking pole. They go on and off pretty simple like that. So you can actually take this whole thing apart to where it's down to just the head, but you can take all 3 legs off like this to use as trekking poles. Even if you have 3 guys, you can then, each one of you can have a trekking pole, or I like to have 2 trekking poles when I'm packing out with a heavy load, but you pop all of them off like that. And how that goes on there, you can kind of see how there's a carbon pin right here, and there's a notch in this head. You can kind of see the groove in that. And the way you get that back on there is you line that up, put it on from underneath. Don't go from the top side because it's be backwards, right? So you go from underneath here. Make sure you get that seated up to where it's straight in there, and you rotate it down and it pops back on there. Just grab a hold of the head and rotate it on. Now when you have one leg on there, you have a little bit more leverage to get the next one on. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to hook it back up on there. I'm going to make sure it's up in there. Sometimes putting your thumb on top like this works real well to kind of square it up. Rotate it down until you kind of bind it, and then just keep rotating and it'll pop right back on there. So it comes off just like this, where you back it up against the head. You'll have the rally clip off, pop it off like that. It goes back on the same way like that. Hook it in there, make sure it's on there straight. You don't want to hook it in crooked, so make sure you get it all the way on. Don't be in a hurry and just barely clip it, because you're going to break this off. It's happened before. Make sure you're always up in there like that before you start to put the pressure on. You can kind of look at it and see that that pin is lined up in there, and pop it back on. And then the last leg goes on the same way, and they pop on, and now you've got your complete tripod. When you have the leg off, if you use trekking poles a lot, we sell them with a grip. This grip is a foam grip, and if you specify that and order one with the grip on the website, you'll come with grips. If you want grips later, we do sell these individually as packs of 3, so that you can put them on yourself. It has a little installation tool that we send with you, a little plastic thing that helps you get it onto there. But once it's on there pretty good. It works really well for using these as a trekking pole. When you do use it as a trekking pole, I like to adjust the smallest tube all the way up in, or make it as short as possible. Extend the 2 larger tubes, get it where you want it, because we don't want this smaller tube to be out here. And if we get it caught between 2 sticks or rocks or something and you trip, it is going to be obviously more susceptible to bend, having more leverage on it. So just have that, if you're going to use it as a trekking pole, have it as short as possible, if not all the way up in there, but make sure you lock it when it's in there. It's a really tight setup. It's a nice walking stick, works really well, and we do sell a wrist strap with it. These come in black or blaze orange, and I'll show you the blaze orange one so you can see it really well. But this, to put this onto this head, you can kind of see there's a little rubber band on here. It's a piece of shrink tube tape that's stuck on there. And you hook it into the head like this, and take this adjuster and slide it up to the back. You put your hand in there, and now you're set up. Now if this is a little bit loose because I don't have a glove on, if you have a glove on, this is going to be about perfect. But if you don't have a glove on, then you're going to want to do a couple of twists like this, and it'll tighten this connection up a little bit, and now you'll have a nice bond here to where you don't have to be gripping this so hard all the time when you're using it. I'll do one more wrap there to tighten it up a little bit tighter, and that'll be pretty comfortable for the day for me to be able to use this as a trekking pole. To get that off, you simply just pop that off of there, and it comes right off your hand, and you throw that in your pack. So again, we sell those in black or blaze orange. It's the same one, black or blaze orange, and they work really well if you use trekking poles a lot. And they come in a set of 2. You get 2 of them, so you get 1 for each hand if you use double poles. Double poles work really well for if you have a heavy load. And I don't care how old you are, if you're young and invincible and you think you can pack a 200-pound pack off the mountain, that's great. More power to you. I would highly suggest using 2 poles, because you're inherently going to be out of stable, all that weight up here high. It really helps to have 2 legs, for sure 1, so that you can kind of catch yourself if you do slip on a rock or something. They're so handy to have, and that's why we made this tripod like this, to be able to take the legs off. You're going to have this with you. That means you're going to have 3 trekking poles with you, and you're going to have all that with you in the field, so you can pop this off. You can still use this without a grip for sure. If you don't use trekking poles a lot, but you want to pack out with your tripod legs, man, break them things out and use them. It works really well. I like to use it like this too for a side hill. You can kind of put your hand on top of the little ball head like this and side hill like this. It works really well for that.